today I've got a bit of a different video for you. It's a first impressions overview and a tutorial all in one, and it's actually for the Urban Decay Pulp Fiction collection that is coming out on the 1st of September in the UK. I think it's already out in the States, but we haven't got it yet in the UK. Pulp Fiction is a favourite film of mine and it's a classic. It's actually 20 years old, and that's why they've released this collection to celebrate. So I thought I would do a video on it. I just saw the products and I got really excited because the film buff in me and the makeup addict in me came together and just got me really excited. I'll link below a blog post where I've got pictures of this collection a little bit more in depth and a write-up on them, links, all that kind of thing, and that will be linked in the video description below. So I've donned my white shirt, I've got my fringe down, and I've got everything on for the occasion, and I'm also going to show me applying everything a little bit later on so that you can see the products in action and see how I created this look. It's a bit different than the makeup that I normally wear, but I really like it. So I'm going to just go over the products first of all. The centerpiece of the entire collection is this palette. Obviously it's got the black, red and yellow theme going on, just like the movie posters, the DVD cover, all that kind of stuff. It's made of like lacquered cardboard and it's magnetic here at the front. On the front here we've got the famous Ezekiel passage, which is red in the film. On the back it says "Be cool, honey bunny," and it's got this print on the sides, and then you open it up and you've got a big mirror in there, which is really nice. And there are 4 shadow pans, but there are actually 5 shadows, and this one is split into 2. I really like this idea. I think it's really clever because obviously these are the shades that you're going to use the most. I never ever use a black shadow up, and I never use a frosty or metallic kind of highlight shade up, so I think this is really smart, and it means that you're kind of going to use the palette equally, plus it looks really cool as well. And then you also get a double-ended brush, which is actually really nice quality and just really short and handy to use. Starting here you got Righteous, which is a light cream matte, then Tyranny, which is a warm brown matte, Vengeance, which is a deeper kind of taupey brown matte again, and then over here we've got Furious and Anger. Furious is this light one here, and it's a white satin finish. It's got a little bit of frost and sheen to it, perfect highlight shade under the brow bone, but you'll see that later on. And then here we've got Anger, and Anger is a matte black shade, so it's really deep, intense and beautiful. So that's the palette. I think it's really nice. The quality of the eyeshadows is by far the same as any other Urban Decay eyeshadow. Really great quality. The buttery matte shades, very easy to blend, highly pigmented and a pleasure to use. So I really like the shades that are in there. I also really like the fact that they are neutral. So often we see really extravagant anniversary palettes or limited edition sets, and that's great, and you're always going to get people that buy those, but I think this has such a broad appeal because if you love the film, obviously you're going to want this, and if you're a makeup collector you're going to want this. But if you just want a good neutral palette that you can use every day, this is also a winner. The next thing in the collection is one of Urban Decay's Revolution lipsticks. Now I've got a blog post which I'll link below, which is a review of the lipsticks just in general, the formulation. I have 2 shades. I have Naked and Jilted, and I love both of those, so I was really happy to see this in the collection because it's such a great formula. They're very long lasting, they're moisturising, and they're very smooth to apply and extremely pigmented. I've got that swatched here on my hand so you can see it. It's deeper on my lips because you've got my lip colour underneath, and also I've layered it on top of the lip liner. Both of these are called Mrs Mia Wallace. Obviously this is kind of a Mia Wallace inspired collection, and kind of getting her look is the core of the collection. So this is one of the 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencils. Again, I've got these in Naked and Jilted to match my lipsticks that I've got. They're really amazing, they do not budge, and this is underneath the lipstick right now, and it just provides a completely matte, opaque base for the lipstick to go on. But you could just line your lips with this. You could wear this alone, to be honest, with a bit of gloss on top or a bit of balm, or just alone for a really matte look. Or you could pat this on, and obviously you can see the colours lighter if you just pat this on with a balm. This lipstick would be like lighter, but the more you layer it, the more intense obviously it goes. The next thing that's part of the collection is the nail polish, and I've applied that today so that you can see it. Again, this is called Mrs Mia Wallace, and this is a really nice, intense, deep, reddy wine colour. Really nice, especially going into autumn, and I just think this is a really classy colour to kind of have in your collection. It does have shimmer veining running through the bottle, but it doesn't really translate to the nail, which I actually prefer because I much prefer cream finish formulas, and there is a hint of shimmer in there, very subtle hint, but other than that it just looks like a standard cream finish. So I don't know if that would be a positive or a minus for you, the fact that it doesn't really translate to the nails, but for me it's a positive because I kind of prefer that finish. The last thing in the collection is one of Urban Decay's heavy metal glitter liners. Now I haven't actually got this on today because I just followed the instructions for the Mia Wallace look, which you actually get with the palette with a step-by-step, and that's what I followed. This glitter liner is very salt and pepper like. It's got bits of silver and bits of black, and it just gives a really nice grayscale glitter effect. It just reminds me of salt and pepper, and I really like it. So I haven't applied that, but I really do like the Urban Decay glitter liners. These remind me of being a teenager. I used to spend a lot of my pocket money on the glitter liners when I was younger, and yeah, I really like that. So you can see that on my hand there. They're not the most pigmented glitter liners, but you can build them up and they don't move, which is what I really like about them. They really don't move. I really love this collection. I like the attention to detail. It's really been thought through, and I really like that. I think so many brands put out limited edition collections that are kind of half-hearted, and they just mix together colours that they've already got and put them in limited edition packaging, and it can be a little bit cheap feeling, but I really like this. I feel like a lot of attention has gone into it, especially in the outer packaging where you can see patterns on the inside like gunshot wounds, and then there are also quotes printed inside the packaging. Really nice for a limited edition collection. If you are targeting fans or something, then it's really nice to put all of your attention into it. And I really like that 3 of the eyeshadows are completely brand new. I've just got the press release here, and it does say that 3 of them are brand new, so that's nice because you can get something that's a little bit different. So now I'm going to show you how I achieve this look following the instructions that you get with the palette. Okay, so I've already done my foundation and contour, brows, blusher, that kind of thing. If you hear any noises, it's such heavy rain and storms, but we've also got workmen on the roof because our whole roof is being replaced, and I'm in the loft right now in my studio, so yeah, if you hear some noises, I'm really sorry, but they're going to be here for a week and I wanted to film this video. You may hear some noises, but the first thing that I'm going to do is use this Urban Decay primer potion. This is my favourite eyeshadow primer. I've been using it since I was a teenager, and I'm now not a teenager anymore. So there we go. When you get the eyeshadow palette, you get this little card with it. It's got everything else in the collection on one side, and then on the other side it's got like a get the look. So this is what I'm going to be following, and it's telling me where to apply all the shadows. So I am going to follow that and see what kind of look it gives me. So it's telling me to apply Righteous, which is this light matte shade, all the way from the lash line to the lid. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the brush that comes with it. It's got like a flat brush here on the end to pack on the colour, and then it's got one here that you can use underneath. So I'm going to use the end that can pack on the colour, and I'm going to take Righteous and put that all over my lid and just make sure it's all over from the lashes to the brow. This is really creamy, buttery, really nice matte shade. So Righteous all over, and then Tyranny, which is this matte mid-brown shade here. We're going to apply that all over the lid and blend that into the crease. To do that, I'm going to use this fluffy brush, which is by Royal and Langnickel, and it's just a big fluffy brush. Basically it just makes light work of colours like this. So we're going to put that all over the lid and blend it into the crease. This is a really nice shadow actually. Next we're going to take this darker brown Vengeance, and we're going to put that in the outer corner and along the lower lash line. And so I'm just going to do that with that flat brush again, just so it gives me a little bit more control. And this whole thing is going to be really smudgy and soft, so it doesn't matter if it's completely precise, it's meant to be very smudgy. I'm going to take the brush that I used for Tyranny and blend that in. Okay, now we've blended that out, I'm going to take the brush and I'm going to take this other side and I'm going to take the same shade Vengeance all along the lower lash line. And I'm going to go most of the way in, but I'm concentrating it on the outer section of my eye. Just going to go in with this Real Techniques brush and just buff that out a little bit and blend it. So now we've blended that out, the next instruction is to use Furious, which is a black shade, as a liner. What I'm actually going to do is use coal eyeliner as a guide, and then I'm going to intensify it with the shadow on top and sort of work that in and smoke it out a bit. I'm just going to curl my lashes quickly and then I've done this and it doesn't disrupt the eyeliner. And then I'm just going to take Crave, which is one of the Urban Decay liners. I'm going to wing it out slightly and line my upper lash line on both sides. Okay, so now I've lined the upper lash line, I'm just going to go ahead and use this on my waterline as well. So that just intensifies everything. So now we're going to go in with Furious, which is black, and smudge that over the eyeliner that we roughly did on the top lash line. And I'm going to use again the brush that comes with it because it's just got a really fine nib, and I'm going to go in and smudge that over the top and soften that line. So now that we've done that, I'm just going to take this really light shimmery shade here, which is called Anger, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that on a foundation brush that I can really get into areas with. And I'm just going to go under the brow bone and highlight there, and then we're going to go into the inner corner as well. Now we're going to apply our mascara, and at the moment I am using the Stila, what is this called, Mile High Lashes, and I really like this, so I'm going to go ahead and apply my mascara. Okay, so now the mascara is on, you can see it just kind of pulls everything together and it's a really nice wearable smoky neutral look, so I really like that. I'm just going to take a little bit of my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer, and I'm just going to go underneath and get rid of any fallout. Just gonna pat that in with a damp beauty blender sponge. That's just brighten me up a little bit, and I will list all the other makeup that I'm wearing in the video description if you're interested. And right now I'm going to line my lips with the Mrs Mia Wallace 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil, and I'm just going to get a small mirror because you're quite far away from me even though it feels like you're very close. Like Miranda sings. So I'm just going to fill in the whole of my lip with this, and this will give a good base for the lipstick to stay on all day. I'm just going to go over the lip liner with this lipstick. So that is the lipstick. It's really pretty, and just to finish it off I'm going to go over with my YSL Touche Éclat highlighter and go around the edges just to neaten everything up a little bit. So I know it looks a little crazy, but if you just pat out the edges, it really works to neaten everything up, but also to highlight and emphasize and make your lip colour stand out even more and be really dramatic. But this is the final makeup look. I hope that you like it. It's a little bit different and it was really easy to do following the instructions. Obviously I'm no professional and I found it quite easy to do, and I like the finished result. It's a little bit different to what I normally wear, but that's nice every once in a while.